Hey guys, welcome back to Ashley's Homestead Adventures. And we are all getting very excited around here because we actually get to go on vacation tomorrow. So we have a lot of things that we need to get done today. As you can see, I have been in the kitchen making bread. One of those is for my farm sitter's mom, and very sweet lady in my community who's interested in sourdough, so I thought I would make her a loaf of bread to say thank you. And the other one is for my uncle. I'm not an expert. There are many people out there like Jill from Whispering Willow Farms who does a beautiful job teaching you about sourdough, and this recipe comes from the Clever Carrot, so you can actually pull this recipe up, theclevercarrot.com. So that's the sourdough stuff. And then we also have Vanilla to get sheared today and her feet trimmed so that all the grill sheep are sheared and their feet trimmed. And then of course we have packing. I already have myself packed, and we are going fishing, so we've got some fishing gear packed, and you know, there's just all kinds of stuff going on. So always very scattered, you know, the days leading up to when we go. And so now I have to get the dogs packed because the dogs are going to be boarded, and yeah, so they get to go play at daycare, doggy daycare, and the livestock of course will all stay here, and we have farm sitters for that. So dividing up the kids, divide and conquer, because I can't expect anybody to do what I do every day. And so yeah, so let's just jump into it. I'm not really sure what we're going to get into today. It's kind of just a farmy day, and I'm sharing with you what I do before I leave. A lot of people wonder, how do we leave our farms? How do we organize it to where we don't worry about it? I don't know that you ever don't worry, but we can organize it to where it is easier for the people taking care of our animals, and I try to do that as best I possibly can. So we're gonna head out to the barn, we're gonna get Forrest fed, and jump into this day. So come along and see how I prepare my farm to leave it. One of the things that I do is I mix my dog food when my dogs are getting kibble. They don't ever eat the same thing twice, and I know that a lot of people don't think that way, but that is the way that I think, and it has worked for my dogs my entire life. So I went ahead and mixed a new bag of kibble into their bin, and they have bowls there, so I don't need to take bowls. And I will pack their medications, like Missy Rescue gets her Cosequin, and Missy Rumor has a prescription, and Rescue has a prescription, so I'll pack them and make sure the notes on them are good. And other than that, you know, the kids are pretty easy, but I just make sure, with 5 dogs, they go through a lot of food, so I make sure that they get a full bin of dog food for their time at the doggy hotel. All right, that has been stretched and folded 4 times. Sorry, that has been stretched and folded 4 times, and now that loaf will sit until this evening, and I will go ahead and bake it this evening and get this one packaged up this evening, and then that one I'll package up in the morning. So anyway, 2 different stages that we got going on here. All right, back at it. I brought these in and I cleaned them up real good last night after getting done with the other two girls. These are my Oster Shear Masters, and so I'm gonna grab these, head out to the barn. Okay, I'm just in here making breakfast for the kids, getting the breakfast feeding done. And one of the things that I do is, a lot of times I have, because I buy not necessarily in bulk, but I buy like 3 bags of things at a time. So I always have a lot of bags in my tack room, my feed room. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to just go ahead and top off all the barrels and get rid of as many of the excess baggage that is laying in my feed room. And of course, all of my everything in this feed room is labeled, you know. That's my chick starter. Even the minerals are labeled, and that is just so that nobody has any questions as to, you know, what they're feeding. Like this has 2 things in it, but it has calf milk, which is 80K, and then calf manna in it. And there's 2 bags, but it's all calf related. And so I just make sure that everything's labeled really well. So let me get some baggage taken care of here, and I'll be right back. Okay, breakfast is ready. Got the calves, Velvet, and the chickens. And I kind of made a mess here, but I went ahead and got rid of the excess baggage that I could, and now you can see we have a full bin of all stock. There's the oats. Oats are hard for me to source, so I actually don't have any more than that right now. And alfalfa pellets are topped off, equine seniors topped off, chicken feeds topped off, and then of course chick starter. We only do a bag of chick starter per batch, or a bag of medicated chick starter per batch. And then once the chicks go outside, we just use the rest of what we have left and mix it with chicken feed until it's gone. So we're on the last of our chick starter for now, but got that cleaned up to hopefully make it more user-friendly for our farm help. And now I'm just going to close all these back up. I opened them up for you to see. There we go. All right, let's get these kids fed. Oh, they love their bugs. They get a handful of bugs every morning. And it looks like the 3 pounds is the magic number. Yay! So they will be getting 3 pounds of feed in the morning. That's good. Everybody's doing good. That's my cute little bearded one. Alright, I gotta get him some fresh, clean water. There. It's mucho better. Yeah. Alright, guys. Have a good day. It's good to see him using the ramp. That's one good dog right there. She always just sits and waits. Follows me wherever I'm going. And then just sits and waits. Oh, good girl rescue. Yeah, good old lady. All right, back to work. Oh, I gotta remember to grab that hydro flask. Need to get waters done. And, ooh, it's dark in here. Turn the lights on for you guys. What's up, Mr. King? I'm working on making your beautiful ladies beautifuler. Okay, the alleyway is a wreck. That is sheep wool, for those of you who did not watch yesterday's video. That is a continuing project. So one of the things, that's another thing we're working on today. But another thing that I make sure that I do for my farm sitters, is I make sure that right before I leave, I top all of my waters off. And I make sure that they are clean to my specifications. And the farm help gets told, when you show up to feed for the first time, look at what the waters look like. And that's what I expect to find them looking like when I get home. That way they know, because sometimes the animals will have, you know, just a little bit of hay, or you know, they're not perfectly sparkling clean, but they're clean enough to your standards. And I always reiterate over and over again how important it is for the animals to have fresh, clean water, and for their waters to be full. And so I always leave them and then tell the help when they get there, make sure to check out the waters. And I expect to find them excuse me, I expect to find them the way that I left them when I get home. So that way they have a good gauge, because sometimes there will be a little bit of hay, or maybe a little bit of, you know, sand or something in the bottom, but they're not dirty, you know, that's just farm life. There's no algae, there's no green, but they're not perfectly sparkling clean like a glass of water that comes out of your fridge filtered. And so they have a good gauge of what is acceptable for clean water, so that I don't come home to a flooded barn because they've cleaned the waters every single day because there was one blade of grass in it. And also so that it just reiterates it one more time that water is important. So I always do that for my farm help, so that they have a gauge. And I think it's important for them to know what you expect from them, so that you can have a successful relationship. Okay, we have the stalls are clean. Everybody's fed and watered for the morning. And, oh, I need to go get my shears. And as you can see, Miss Reese's had her hair cut yesterday, as well as Oreo, and she's got a couple little tufts sticking out of her face, but I'm not gonna worry about it. It was her first time yesterday, and we both were extremely tired afterwards, and those little tufts will be fine until her fall shearing. It is Vanilla's turn, and I'm gonna do Vanilla, and as well as get her feet trimmed up. Hi girls, you guys are nosy nellies. And I am gonna go ahead and make a full video on that for tomorrow's video. So if you want to see that whole thing, make sure you check out tomorrow's video. And other than that, I will just show you guys what she looks like when she's all done, or if we take a break, or if something interesting happens. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this done, and then we get to clean up all this wool. So, anywho, that is what we are gonna do right now. I'm a little sore after yesterday, so I'm not exactly looking forward to it, but it needs to be done. So, here we go. Okay, so Miss Vanilla just got done having her haircut. And Missy Rescue misses her lambskin beds. Dogs are all hanging out with me in the barn. The other two girls are chillaxing. And I'm gonna try to get Vanilla's feet done. Okay, all three girls are done. Now we just have that to clean up. So, get my area cleaned up, my shears cleaned up, and that's good. Alright, we're back to better than normal. Our fancy looking girls. Oh, they're gonna feel so much better. And it's pouring out there. Ooh, it's looking happy. It's got a few more hours before we shape it and then let it rest for a second time and bake it off this evening. Okay, well that's it for today, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed coming along with me while I worked on my sourdough bread, and of course got all of the sheep done in the last couple days as far as getting them sheared, and we will approach that project again in August here probably. We'll see how it goes, but I'm thinking they're going to need to be sheared again in August. And of course, I hope that you enjoyed some of the tips and tricks that I have for making it easier for our help to take care of our animals when we're gone. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I will catch you on the next one. Yours truly.